Hi guys, welcome back to the Guild Chat. It's episode 10, and as usual, I am joined by all these lovely people. So we've got Davvo, Andy, and Uni. Yeah.
Oh, you call me lovely.
Yeah, well, you know, better than something
Cool many
else.
things, but lovely.
Yeah, condescending for one.
All right.
That's your own. That's your own voice. That's your own voice.
Okay, so there's quite a few things to talk about since we had our last episode. No guest this time, but obviously at some point we will be dragging Cody on here, whenever that happens. So obviously we've had 2 clone characters reveal. We know we're getting a Bad Batch. We know that there's at least 2 more. I'm not sure. Did they say there's 5, or do we just know that there's 4 at the moment?
We know there's a full team coming, but we've only been confirmed for 4.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because they didn't they like put up the dates to say when they were doing each thing. Yeah. So it's like
we're getting our next kit revealed tomorrow.
Yeah, so I guess it's kind of like, are they going to do? If they've only said they're going to do 4, are they going to do Echo 2 or whatever, or
just Echo?
Well, we've got just Echo. A Bad Batch Echo.
He's not going to be CT whatever Echo, is he? He's not an ARC trooper in this. He's part of the Bad Batch.
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, if they've only said there's 4, Echo's the 5th, isn't he?
He's got to be.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're going to do him straight away. They might just do the original 4 and see what happens. I mean, is the actual Bad Batch series been put up yet?
It's
May
coming
the 4th.
May the 4th.
All right, okay. So it could be that, I don't know. Well, wild speculation, we don't know. I've never seen the Bad Batch, so, you know. All I know is the first guy we've got looks like Rambo.
That's fair.
Do we want to go over the sort of kits or anything? Or you guys,
I think so.
I don't know if you've read them. So I mean, I've only tried Hunter in the event to unlock him. I didn't bother to do anything else with him. I'm just looking for his kit. Here it is. So they're all clone troopers. They're Bad Batch. They're Galactic Republic, and that'll be the same for all of them. Hunter is an attacker, and he is the leader. Let's have a look at his abilities. So his basic, he like throws this knife, and I think this is kind of like one of those things that really jumps out to me about these characters, is it feels like they've really stepped up the animations.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Now this is obviously a double-edged sword, because it also feels like, why don't they go back and update some of their older animations? Because I know there's a lot of animations that are shared between characters, especially just sort of like basic gunshots. But also that, like, looking through the Bad Batch, and maybe not specifically with this guy, but definitely with Tech, which is the other character, that all of these really cool animations look great, but they're going to eat up your clock.
That's true.
Whereas at least when, you know, like when you play Geos and it's like they're all just jumping around the screen all the time, and you're like, oh, please do this faster.
Or Cara Dune's awful basic.
Oh, her basic is so bad. I wish they'd changed that. It just looks bad.
Cara Dune's bad.
Oh no, Cara Dune's great. She's amazing. But her basic animation is just like, it takes a week.
Have you ever tried playing Cara Dune in Mothma? It like doubles the amount of time you spend in animations.
Yeah, they really need to change that, because I mean, I could understand using that animation for the special that she's got, but for a basic, it takes too long. So this guy Hunter, so his basic is deal physical damage and inflict expose for 2 turns. If the target enemy was debuffed, attack again. So that's similar to Jango Fett's basic. His first special is clone trooper allies gain evasion up, stealth up, and then deal physical damage to all enemies. If Hunter was already stealthed, all Bad Batch allies gain critical chance up and offense up. And then his other special is finish what we started. Inflict expose on target enemy for 2 turns, which can't be evaded. Swap turn meter with target other clone trooper ally. If they were Bad Batch, they ignore taunt and inflict stun on their target during that turn. Stun can't be evaded. Kind of a bit of a mouthful.
I mean, That's pretty much an ignore taunt stun, which is always nice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends because you have to swap with somebody else, so it's like that very much depends on what the other characters do because he can't obviously give it to himself. It depends how good their attacks are, really. And then his leadership is Bad Batch allies have 35% max health, max protection, and plus 50% potency. When Bad Batch allies use an ability while they have defense up, they deal true damage to all enemies. While while they've got defense up, they deal true damage to all enemies when they use an ability. So I assume that's kind of like an AoE effect. And then while they have evasion up, they have 50% crit avoidance. And then when using an ability against a target locked enemy, Bad Batch allies can't be countered, which I suppose is quite good against Magna Guards. When damaging an enemy with Expose, Bad Batch allies remove 50% turn meter from that enemy, doubled for droid and separatist enemies, excluding raid bosses, Galactic Legends, which can't be evaded or resisted. It's quite a big lead, but it pretty much only works for Bad Batch. It's not like some of his other abilities where they say that they affect just clone allies. This one's like it's dedicated, only works on Bad Batch.
Well, yeah, but that's pretty much on par with how they're running new sets anyway.
And that's his entire kit. I think his Zeta is just on his lead. So that's kind of interesting because obviously if you just wanted to drag him into another clone squad or Galactic Republic team, you obviously don't need to worry about it. Have any of you guys had a go with him or looked at any of the videos or anything?
Not personally.
No, it's just the crickets, isn't it? No one's even looked.
Yeah.
I've watched the Forbidden One stream.
Alright.
I do watch his stuff when new characters get released because it's just obviously because he tests it against everything and he has such a huge audience. You seem to get like most out of it.
Yeah, that's cool.
He seems like he's doing some really good work against the Crankor with Rex. And Shock T.
I think Rex has been quite a staple against the Rancor anyway, because there's a lot of teams where it just seems to be get 2 aerial advantages and then that's it. You don't have to worry. You're done.
Yeah, so because of his cooldowns with the translation.
You mean the turn meter swap? The turn meter swap has got.
A swap, yeah. So yeah,
Translation is on the next one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm getting confused because he keeps mentioning about translation on the new guy's tech, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's jump onto tech and then we'll have both. So tech is the support guy for the squad. His animations are even cooler, but take even longer. He does look kind of fun.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting confused because he's using 3PO in that team at the moment, and he was saying about 3PO will probably come out of that once tech comes into the game.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll just go through tech quickly, and then we'll know where we are. So his basic is deal special damage and inflict target lock for 2 turns. And that's target lock on the target and the healthiest enemy that didn't already have it, which is quite good. So it's very easy for him to spread it around. If the enemy was already target locked, attack again. So that's 2 characters now that get double shots on their basics. But obviously,
looking like they all will have conditional double attacks.
That might be a thing, yeah. Because obviously the other clones you get a lot of assists, don't you? But in this one, it's like they're going for the same thing, but it's double attacks per guy. But obviously, if he attacks twice, it's like, well, you're going to target lock their whole team.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. His first special is tech and target other clone trooper ally recover 40% of their max health, doubled if the target ally is Bad Batch. I don't know if that applies to it's double for tech or just double for the ally. Gain stealth and potency up for 2 turns and translation for 3 turns. If tech was already stealth, all Bad Batch allies gain translation. So again,
cool.
There seems to be there's a lot of sort of synergy between all their abilities to try and get all these things going.
Yeah. That's in their like dev insight for the Bad Batch as a whole. They said they wanted to create synergy that wasn't just mass assists,
Yeah,
because that's mostly how they've been denoting synergy,
I mean,
just assisting.
yeah, it has been. The one thing that is jumping out to me though is with the amount of different buffs that they gain, like they're gaining like 2 or 3 buffs per special, and it's applying to like the whole team. It means like this team's going to be really good for the conquest mode when you've got the cooldown data disc or the offense data disc or whatever it is. When you gain buffs, your team just gonna go crazy really quick. His second special, dispel all debuffs from clone trooper allies. All Bad Batch allies gain foresight, tenacity up, and stealth for 2 turns. Deals special damage to all enemies and inflicts stun for 1 turn on enemies that are dazed or target locked.
There's so many words here.
There's so much stuff going on. This team is very much a inflict status effects, gain status effects team. I feel that like if sort of a counter for this team is you just want to basically just put ability block on them all or buff block. So like TIE Fighter Pilot might be like the best thing against these guys. Because I haven't seen none of them have got like a cleanse or anything yet.
Well, his grenade is a dispel all debuffs from clone trooper allies.
Oh, yeah, I've just read that, haven't I? What an idiot.
Yep.
And then his unique is at the start of the battle, Tech gains +1 speed for each clone trooper ally, doubled for Bad Batch allies. If all allies are clone troopers, he gains stealth for 1 turn. He has +25% potency for each of his own stacks of translation, and while he's active, clone trooper allies gain translation for 3 turns each time they use a special ability. Translation cannot be copied. If it already has translation, the duration for all stacks is reset to 3. If all allies that can apply translation are defeated, all stacks of translation expire. Alright, so basically if you kill him, they all lose translation.
Yeah. That's how it works with C-3PO as well.
Yeah, they've updated C-3PO and this guy to be the same sort of wording. So the new thing on translation is that you only get the cooldown benefit from 3 stacks of translation if you've only got 1 character that gives out translation.
Yeah. So you can't just have C-3PO and this guy.
Yeah,
on
just
the same
spamming
team.
each other, cooling each other down, and just.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot going on still. There's a lot of words, like you say.
You know what's funny? 10 plus 10 speed is really weird to put on a unique.
Yeah, I mean we don't know his stats yet, but
No, but that is not large enough to just not put on his base speed.
or why
don't
would
know if
why would you even put that in the ability? You could just leave it out.
Yeah. I don't know if it's meant to be like +1%. I saw in one of the comments.
Or it could have been +10 and they left the 0 off.
Just plus 10 speed on a unique is not special.
I know, but it does a lot of other stuff.
And I don't even know how they're going to level up this ability. Like they have translation, this +1 speed.
What it'll be is it'll be that because you've got the +25% potency for each of his own stacks of translation. The Zeta,
they're going to level that up.
They probably will level that up, and because it's his Zeta, the clone troopers gain translation at the start of the battle or whenever these are special. That will be the Zeta bit.
Yeah, that's the Zeta-y part.
So yeah, the level up will be the potency.
That's so useless.
Yeah, it's. I mean, +25% potency for each of his own stacks of translation. So he could have +75, and then the leader's giving the team +50 or something from his lead. I think it was +50. Yeah, he's getting +50 from his lead. So you're like, and then on his first special, he gives himself potency up anyway. He's just got all the potency. He's got all the potency, but the only thing he does is inflict target lock.
And stun on dazed and target locked enemies.
Yeah.
Oh, daze. We haven't seen daze yet, have we? I think that's going to go on the bruiser guy.
It might be.
He's going to have daze on his basic.
I do kind of
see it now.
I haven't. Has anyone got? No one's got tenacity down though, so it might be one of those things where you go, "Aha! I just put tenacity up on my team," and the Bad Batch just go, "Oh, sad times. I'll just stand here." That could be a thing because I mean, like they're kind of reminding me of Cassian Andor because he's got a lot of effects that he can put out. Okay, so are any of you guys excited for the Bad Batch? Yep, fair enough.
No, just solely due to the fact
exciting.
that I'm on the pledge not farm anything new.
Fair enough. I totally don't blame anybody for not being super excited. I know we've got a couple of guild members that are really, really into clones, and they'll probably pick them up, but I can't afford to start a new team. Definitely not one that I'm only farming one shard a play at. It doesn't, because they're not accelerated. It's like I don't have time to farm them up and then collect all the gear that you'll probably need for them, unless they turn out to be really cheap. I'll get to them later. Okay, so moving on. We're obviously so excited about clones. The next thing I wanted to chat about is the fact that now all four of us own a Galactic Legend.
Woo!
Yay! Which is kind of cool. So we've got 2 SLKRs, and I picked up Jedi Master Luke finally, and Uni's managed to get Sith Eternal.
It's 2 Sith Eternals.
I suppose you do get 2 Sith Eternals. It's a 2-for-1 sort of deal.
I haven't got SLKR, buddy.
No, I know. It's fine. There's so many GLs in our guild now. It's gone crazy.
It's been a pretty busy month.
Yeah, we had to do like because we were kind of like wondering what everyone was working on. We've got like 16 or 17 players working on GLs, not including the sort of 5 or 6 players that just unlock them. Got absolutely mad. So anyway, we've got more GLs. I took mine straight to Relic 7. Uni, I think you're still gearing yours, aren't you? You've just got like 1 piece of gear left or something.
Plus 5. I need 20 cryos.
Yeah, it's not a huge amount. How are you finding running a Galactic Legend?
It's been pretty fun. I've actually been playing Arena. I've had to try and avoid all the Relic 7 ultimates and all the Supreme Leaders.
Yeah, until you level them up a little bit.
2 teams I can fight have been fun.
Yeah, I've been avoiding the Emperor. Because last time I played him, even without the Galactic Legend, it was just it doesn't work because you're playing a full team of Jedi and he's got so many bonuses against them.
Yep.
I might try it at some point. There's a I don't know if you've seen this. There's like a Jedi Master Luke, like a nuke team, like literally a nuclear bomb team, where you use like Shaq and Hoda, and you just basically pass around all the buffs, and then get Revan to pass turn back to Master Luke. And then he just does the AoE and kills everybody except for Sith Eternal.
I think
in one move.
Didn't Madge or some?
Yeah, Madge has been showing some incredible screenshots of that thing.
Yeah, I need to I need to push up Shaq and Jedi Knight Revan to Relic really, because I'm like everyone else has like got their Relic 6 Revans and here's my little Gear 12 one, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get picked on. So I've been using Old Ben instead, who's actually turned out to be quite good. Surprisingly so, actually, because when you're getting hammered and you can just tell him to taunt, and then the AI is like, oh, Old Ben's taunting, we'll kill him, and then you're like, cool, full heals, thanks. That's worked really well against Kylo, actually.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been difficult climbing. Uni, have you made any contact with your Shard Mafia?
Well, I'm currently at rank 300 and like facing Supreme Leader Kylo, like Relic 8 ultimates, so no.
Oh, okay.
I've an old Shard, so
yeah, I got down to rank. I did get down to rank 1, but the guy pushed me back immediately. That was yesterday, and then today I got to rank 3, and he was sitting in a battle, so I couldn't attack him. I was going to snipe him. The guy who runs my fleet shard Discord, he's actually in our arena shard, and I did ask him, like, you know, dude, can you like let me in? And he's like, oh, I'll have to ask them. And I'm like, oh, balls. And I'm like, I'm gonna make their lives difficult until they let me in. Andy, have you had any progress with yours?
Sounds very familiar, yeah. No, I haven't even bothered. I don't have anything to say to those guys, to be honest. I haven't already said.
Oh no, but like, have you still been trying to screw them over?
Oh yeah, no, I regularly sniped top 1 when I can be bothered. Obviously, where I've been really busy with work, it's been tough. But yeah, I think that makes it even funnier because I think they expect me every day to be there, and it's kind of like, no, I'll have a couple of days off and I'll settle for 10th.
You see, like that's the thing, though, isn't it? It's like, why wouldn't they just let you in if you were really having a go?
I don't know.
It's weird. I mean,
I think some people just like to think that they're important, don't they? And that's
oh, definitely. Some people. Like, I remember previously, like I don't know, a couple of years ago when I was playing Arena, there was one guy who every time I attacked him, like I don't know, he must sit on the game all day, but he would immediately attack me back, even if I tried attacking him at different times during the day. It was just really frustrating. The guy was just upset that someone would ever attack him.
How dare they?
Yeah.
I did have a legitimate thought as to why they're so closed off to me, and it may well due to be the fact that Cubs is in it.
All right.
I don't know whether that would be a case of like they're very picky over who they'd have in the Discord in case someone gives them abuse or something like that.
Cubs bodyguard.
Oh, you don't know idea. Like, you know, people simp for things like that, don't they? So like,
rival YouTuber. Gotta keep your.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Have you been sniping Cubs then?
Yeah, I've beaten him a few times because he's got a trash Master Luke team.
What's so bad about his team?
Yeah. Well, of all the Jedi Master Luke teams that I face, he's the one that I crush quickest. I don't know why.
Is it the same?
Towards him.
Is it the same characters, or is it he got something different?
Everyone runs the same team, don't they? It's you got the Jedi Knight Luke, Jedi Knight Revan lead with Jedi Knight Luke and Jedi Master Luke.
Because I've been finding that quite interesting. Obviously, yeah, because I'm playing that team at the moment. I'm switching between two variations. The main one I'm using is Jedi Master Luke lead with Gas, Jedi Knight Luke, Hoda, and Old Ben. And that's the main one I'm using, and I can play that into Kylo, and I can play it into Rey, and it's really easy to win with. The only time it goes wrong is like if the Kylos are like modded in certain ways. Sometimes it can catch you out, depending on how things goes. But generally, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But the version where I've got Revan lead, I pretty much use that to beat Jedi Master Luke lead, and it absolutely rips it to shreds. And the reason is because when you got Revan lead, your team gets tenacity up on the first turn. So the opposing GL does his efflux AoE, and none of your team gets affected by it. And then you do yours back to him, and his whole team loses 20% turn meter and gets ability blocked. So it doesn't matter that my Revan is gear 12 and isn't that fast, because they still gets to go before the opposing Revan, who's like 330 speed. And then I just mark his Revan and you kill him off, and it's like that's it. You're going to lose now.
The thing is with the Sith Eternal with the Wat Tambor, it's like you just give him tank tech and you put it on auto. Like it just doesn't matter.
Oh,
like everybody else who's in my team is just there to die.
Yeah,
like, it just doesn't matter because you can't get through him.
No,
the only times that I become slightly frustrated is if you got the Bastila Shan lead with the tank tech, then it becomes a slug, and if you haven't got a high offense Eternal, then you might not actually get through it by the time it times out.
No, I've seen a couple of people run that, but I've not tried playing into it yet.
It's just mad annoying because it's like if you can't get past the purple protection, then you can't just time out.
Yeah, that might be one of those things where you just change your team slightly to beat that one specific build.
Yeah, I just can't be bothered because it's like.
Well, I know that you can.
At the end of the day, it's like.
I know you can beat that.
I just put the tank tech on Sith Eternal and then I just let it run. So.
Yeah, well, I know you can beat that when people run that as a 3v3 squad with Bastila, Wat, and Jedi Master, you can beat that with gas. If you take,
I have seen that.
Yeah,
You just wait for the buffs to stack up, and then obviously gas just goes to town. Yeah, I have seen that.
But yeah, having played Jedi into Sith Eternal a few times, I will just say it is like impossible. It is stupidly hard. He's just got so many bonuses against them that you just can't do anything. I think the only time I've really beat him is when he was just Gear 12. I might have beat him when he was Relic 1. This is before using a GL against him. But yeah, it's just too difficult.
It's just he is a Jedi Slayer. So like I said, I don't fight anything else. I don't even try SLKR. Well, I can do Rey. Like I find Rey quite easy if she's she has Jedi with her. I find it a little bit more difficult if she starts bringing resistance people in with her.
I've played into two different Rey builds. The two that are like floating around my shard is you've got the one with the hero bros and Han and Chewie, and the other one is Jedi Knight Revan, Hoda, GK, and Malak. And I beat both of them quite easily. But like another guy in our guild was saying he was struggling with Rey, so I don't know what he's playing into.
Yeah, I mean, with the Sith Eternal against Rey, it's just whenever I play it, I just try and see if I can keep some people alive. I get the fracture off, and then you can start going to town on the others. But then she comes out of fracture, she just immediately goes into ultimate and just deletes everybody.
I mean, I've been playing,
and then who you pass,
and I've been killing Reys. Well, nearly. Obviously, it's just Gear 12, but
yeah, I can kill Rey. Like it's like it always goes down to Sith Eternal versus Rey, and then Sith Eternal wins every time because he's got the tank tech anyway.
Yeah, what I will say to you guys is
she can't get through him.
When you unlock gas, put gas in your team. I don't care who you're running, put gas in your team because he reduces their max health if they don't have any protection. So the thing is with Rey, she stands there in that invincible mode where she can only take 1 damage, and he's just reducing her max health constantly, even though he can't really hurt her. So then when it ends, she's got much lower health.
interesting.
Yeah.
Makes him.
That's who I'm going for now anyway. So.
Yeah, seriously, you could run gas into any of the Galactic Legends and put him in your team just for that reason, because it makes killing the opposing Galactic Legends so much easier. Just even all of them, you think like Master Luke's got like a ton load of health, and you're like, cool, I'm just reducing it. I'll just keep clubbing him until he dies. Great. Definitely recommend it. I'm surprised more people aren't just playing him for that reason.
Agreed.
So, two other things with Galactic Legends. So, obviously, there is the story of Uni, who's managed to lose more tickets than everyone else put together.
Combined, yeah.
Yeah, how many tickets did you lose?
Well, I mean, I've lost so far about 160.
That's a lot of tickets.
Christ.
And that's before going for Ultimate.
Yeah, I haven't even played an Ultimate yet. I've been
I've not.
the light side cryos.
I've not done an Ultimate yet. I've just done the 4th stage where you get the picture, or is it the title? Whichever one you get first.
Sith Eternal's Ultimates is just the repeat of the last battle. So you shouldn't have a problem with that.
The Sith Eternal and Jedi Master Luke ones look ridiculously easy.
The last stages of them are just. I don't know why they even bother putting them in. You might as well just give them the mats because I don't see how you can lose it.
It's just about
I think.
Weight.
Yeah, I mean it's. Yeah, it's just it's money, isn't it? At the end of the day, but I remember when Uni was. I remember when Uni was saying about like how many tickets he's lost and that he might lose it on the last round, and I just went into it and I just played it like 7 or 8 times. I think I got the worst RNG run where Rey used Sudden Whirlwind, and I still won. So it's I don't see how you can lose that battle, to be honest. It's just a case of grinding for the tickets, and then you know that you have it.
I mean, we'll see when I get there. I did nearly lose the final stage because
It'll be
Palp just
fine.
didn't land any shocks.
What have you got it modded for?
Which character?
Palpatine.
I've got mine done for potency and texture.
Yeah, that's pretty much what mine is. I've just got the 6 potency mods. He always lands the shocks. He's got like 100 and something % base.
Yeah, I seem to keep getting unlucky with these things. Because I lost quite a few to Sidious because he didn't land any debuffs.
I thought that was because you didn't put an accuracy arrow on him.
But no, I was hitting the shots. It's the potency. They kept resisting me.
Yeah, the one event in the game where you require an accuracy arrow.
I kept using speed. I never used an accuracy and it was fine. It was just I kept getting resisted.
I used accuracy. I never had a problem with that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, you can go ooh, but accuracy doesn't have anything to do with potency, so.
No, but it stops you from getting evaded.
Oh, I very rarely got evaded.
Which opponent is it that's got this evasion?
All of them.
All right, it's just like a level specific buff.
I don't know. It's just with. I don't know if it's coded. I don't know if it's in the actual event itself. But every time that you play it, he just seems to dodge quite a lot. The Kit Fisto and Mace and the other dude. He just seemed to dodge quite a lot. That's why I put the accuracy arrow on, and I didn't have any. Didn't lose any tickets.
Which must be some kind of irony, because I remember watching that scene in the film when I'm pretty sure Kit Fisto basically jumps on Sidious' lightsaber and just falls over like some really bad actor.
They all do. I mean, if you watch it back, they could have killed them in the first 3 seconds. It would have been very easy.
Yeah.
Well, how exactly would you intend to react to an old man who you're arresting jumping over his counter, drawing a sword, and starting spinning at you?
Okay, right.
You'd be shocked too.
They're Jedi. You can be shocked for like a few seconds, and then when you see the fact that he's got his back to you, you'd stab him.
Well, also you got to remember, right, that Mace Windu, who's basically like the most badass Jedi fighter, or meant to be, basically turns up and says, "Oh, Kit Fisto and other guy, we're gonna go fight some Sith Lord that we haven't seen for like ages, and he's a massive badass and has been manipulating us from the whole beginning of everything. We best go in there, but just make sure he doesn't fuck you up because he's sneaky as anything." And then it's like, did he not tell them? Did he just be like, "Hey guys, this is going to be a surprise, come with me"?
Boy, do I have a treat for you guys.
Who knows? That scene was just poor play from the Jedi.
He is the Senate, so
really sad to watch after watching the Clone Wars. Then again, so are all the other films.
Ah well. Moving on. So now we've all got a Galactic Legend. Have you guys decided what your...
Congratulations.
Yeah, has it changed what you thought you're doing next, or have you like moved on to something more interesting, or have you just sort of like, I mean,
Jawas.
I know you was on about Jawas. I feel kind of annoyed because I have to go back and do more Jedi to go with Master Luke. So like I have to go do Revan and Relic him because I'm like, oh, everybody else is running him, so I'm going to get picked on if mine isn't Relic. Which is kind of annoying.
I did all the Sith to start with, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got there's loads of Jedi. There's way more Jedi than Sith, and I've got nearly all the good ones, and most of them are Relic 7 as well. So I'm like, oh, I'm only missing the Old Republic Jedi and the crappy Council and Grandmaster Yoda. I think they're the only ones I don't have like at Relic. I've got all of the Padme Jedi. I've got obviously both Lukes, and they're all Relic 7, and it's like, Look at all my Jedi, they're great. Why have I not got the correct ones?
Because the Old Republic Jedi are the best.
No, they're not. So yeah, so I'm doing that at the moment, and then I really want to move on to do some other stuff to just fill some holes in my roster that I've been really suffering with. I really want to sort out Scion and Traya so I can play them into Padme. Right, you guys?
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Having a good Padme counter does seem like a good idea.
Yeah, when C-3PO's there, Vader basically just goes, no, not doing it.
Yep.
I need
Kenner doesn't want to hurt his old friend, does he?
Maybe it is that.
Who'd consider C-3PO their friend?
R2-D2 maybe?
I mean, no.
He really doesn't like him.
He said to him. I mean, Vader did make him, but then again, he's perfectly happy to kill his wife, best friend, and Padawan when he's not there. Maybe he's just scared of C-3PO.
I don't know. But yeah, it's just him in the squad makes it almost unplayable for Vader. So I kind of noticed that a lot of people have been dropping it on defense. Oh, I think lost Davvo. He's back. So yeah. So you're working on Jawas then? How's that going?
I mean, I've got 2 of them are 3 pieces away from Gear 12. One of them's now just 1 piece away, and then I've already got 1 Gear 12. I need to farm Jawa because he's a Cantina farm, and I've been busy doing relic stuff.
Yeah, understandable.
Savage is quite nearly relic, but that's Sith.
Mm-hmm. So it's just still more Sith, really, isn't it?
Jawas and leftover Sith. I haven't got many left.
I think the only one you won't have will be like the Sith Assassin and Malak.
I've already got a Sith Assassin on the way.
All right, okay. So are you doing the
Think
ships
about
for
it
these?
this way. Jawas, they wear hoods, they use electricity, and they spark.
Yellow eyes.
Yeah.
They have yellow eyes, and they sparked an entire trilogy of the Star Wars. In conclusion, Jawas are all Sith.
They're baby Sith, or the rejects or something.
They're just
there's
Sith
no
that
in
have their
the-
legs chopped off.
No, in the Rise of Skywalker when they go to planet and
Yeah.
there's all those people in the
It's just
stand,
Jawas.
the hooded things. It's just Jawas.
It's all Jawas.
There's only Jawas everywhere.
Sith Emperor Palpatine just went down to Tatooine and conscripted a bunch of Jawas for his new cult.
It's like, right,
He didn't even need to.
you 3
Exegol
Jawas stand on
is
each other's
the home planet
shoulders.
of Jawas.
Palpatine is all the Jawas.
Yep.
He is.
Palpatine is just 3 Jawas in a trench coat.
Just
I mean,
3 really old Jawas.
3 elder Jawas.
Oh yeah, there was
it
that.
would explain why they got the Death Star Destroyers.
There's that Jawa pack that they found in the data mine, isn't there? We were kind of speculating about that before. Like, is it going to be a new Jawa character? Is it going to be just
new Jawas?
Jawa salvage?
Is it Jawa?
Or is it just some Jawa branding?
I think it's just going to be gear for Jawas.
Why though? Why, of all the things you could do in a pack, why would they pick Jawas?
I have no idea why they'd want to do Jawas, but I just feel like that's something they'd want people to do.
I mean, could you think
resource management?
You think they could do like the Sandcrawler as the Jawa Galactic Legend?
That's why they said they weren't going to do vehicles.
Instantly defeats all droids.
I mean, they do mess up Grievous teams.
That's because of the thermal detonators, though, isn't it?
I don't care what it is. They mess them up.
Yeah, I know. I've tried running B1 into Jawas. I thought, hey, this will work. And I did kill them, but I only had like 8 stacks of B1 left. Yeah, it was it's surprising when you open up with the AoE and you're like, oh, where's all my B1s gone?
You've got to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to do Jawas,
And
but I'm like,
Jawas.
I've got other stuff. I've got to do other stuff first.
Nothing's more important than Jawas.
Well, if I'd gone for Ray, I think the Jawas would be more important because then I could play the Jawa team. But otherwise, it's just some Jawas at the moment, and I'm like, it's Jawas or clones.
Jawas. And I have clones.
I know you've already done clones, but my clones are like gear 12. I want to do those because obviously we want to eventually go for the KAM mission. And I don't want to be saying to the rest of the guild, guys, you should get your clone team up so we can do the KAM mission. And everyone's like, yeah, but you haven't done it.
Oh yeah, sorry about just finishing clones, Andy. Geos, Andy, but you got to do clones now.
No. I'm not going to force anyone to do clones. I'm just saying we could really help. It would really help if people did them, just because that that it's a team that can win some of the regular combat missions as well. But we're not going to force anyone to do it. The only person that would ever
benefit from having KAM would have been Raza.
No, he would not benefit from having KAM because he's got all of the ones you don't want to use with KAM, like Kit Fisto.
He's got the Jedi Council though. But
he didn't have the good council. He had the awful council.
Is there any good council members?
Right, okay. So
Mace Windu.
No, I'm not going to say Mace Windu, but Ayla Sakura is really good if you put her under Revan or Jedi Knight Luke because you can get her over 100% crit chance and she stuns on basic. If she crits, she gets a stun on her attacks, so she's good. I think there's one of the other ones. It might be, is it E Koth or Imagundi, the one that's got the bonus against droids?
Imagundi.
Yeah, he's.
Wait, no. E Koth is the droids.
One of them's got a bonus against droids. Yeah, one of them's got a bonus against droids, and he's okay, specifically in the TB, but nowhere else. Obviously, Grandmaster Yoda's good, and then all of the others are a bit. Barriss is okay, but she doesn't actually hurt anything.
Better in a Padme team.
But when you looked at Raz's Jedi, he literally didn't have those. He just had all of the other ones. The ones that you wouldn't use. So it's like, oh, you've got Kit Fisto and Jedi Knight Guardian and whoever that guy is. Yeah, I don't think it would benefit him. It definitely benefit. It definitely benefit the rest of us. I mean, it's a territory battle character.
Only
it would benefit to scare people.
I've got to go for clones anyway. I'm doing that, so.
Sorry, what?
Who's that? What at?
Andy.
I've got to go for clones anyway because I'm doing gas now. So
it's
pointless doing gas without clones. So.
Oh no! Well, the thing is, though, you can use gas really well without clones. You just have to have Jedi.
He's only saying that because he hasn't done clones yet.
Or you can put him in with Padme, which is what I did for ages.
Because you haven't done the clones yet.
Well, no, my clones were Gear 12, but my Padme team was Relic, so it kind of made sense to just put him with Padme.
Makes more sense to use gas with its actual team.
The Galactic Republic is his team.
Yeah,
no, clones are.
Padme team is nailed down, like, really. It's Padme, JKA, General Kenobi, Ahsoka, and 3PO. That's the team.
The 5th spot is really flexible. You can put loads of different characters in there. You can have R2.
Oh, it's not.
3PO.
It's 3PO.
It's not 3PO. 3PO belongs to CLS.
It's 3PO.
Well, not in my 3PO.
It's 3PO.
My 3PO belongs to CLS because my CLS is really good.
No, it's 3PO. Like, I even like Barriss in there. I think Barriss with Padme is massively underrated because she actually hits quite hard because of the courage.
Yeah, no, she's good.
It's that 5 is nailed on. Like, I know you can put gas in
you
there,
could probably
but it's like, why take away from the clones when you see 3PO as a staple?
You could probably put KAM in there.
He didn't have clones.
Why would you put Kiadi Mundi in a Padme team?
Because you've got nowhere else to put him.
other than the Jedi you just listed.
Yeah, but they're with Padme. All the good Jedi with Padme, so you could put KAM in as the fifth if you wanted to.
I'm a gun die in a Padme team.
No, you're not going to put him in.
Then you're going
So
to
then
put him
you've
with
still got
KAM.
team for a KAM, yeah.
Okay, this is assuming that you've leveled up all of those characters because you specifically want to run a KAM leftover Jedi.
I mean, if I have enough to get KAM, I feel like I'm going to have better fifth choices for a Padme team.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm not saying you won't, but
And also clones for General Skywalker, where he's best.
I don't know. I
Except for
kind
in
of
a Jedi
feel
Master
that like
Luke team.
Shaq is better than him.
No. Okay, before Galactic Legends released, who was in the top 50 of every shard?
Okay, but you can't base the whole game on just Arena.
Darth Revan.
Yeah, it was Darth Revan.
The thing that really annoys me about KAM, right, is, in my opinion, if you're if you just come to the game, like you literally just started, like you just downloaded the game, KAM is probably the character you're the furthest away from.
Oh no, most definitely.
Yeah.
So, and he doesn't do anything. Like he does all right, like under a Grandmaster Yoda lead with like leftover Jedi, but it's not meta defining. It's not going to go up against SLKR and do bits. So it's like
Certainly know what.
Right, I'm pulling up his
Yeah,
kit
so
right now because I feel that there might be something here.
kit, like
And I know there's
it's
not.
one of those things where like it's one of those things where it's like KAM is like that posh restaurant where you go into it and you read the menu and it's all like written in Latin or Italian. They bring it out and it's just
Rubbish.
chicken. It's just chicken tenders and fries. Like
That's the best kind of restaurant. What you talking
Yeah.
about?
but
A
but
Latin
you would go to
restaurant that serves chicken nuggets.
just
That's
let me
awesome.
finish, all right? I know you're 16 years old. Chicken nuggets is like the
17.
best of your palate, all right? But
17, thank you.
just let me finish. Just let me finish, all right? Don't go to a fancy restaurant where you're paying like £100 a meal for chicken tenders. So that's what really grinds me about KAM. It's like, how long is it going to be till our guild is now? We've been getting Galactic Legends like they're going out of fashion.
Well,
Been ditching people who like and fired them into the Sun Cannon who aren't doing any good, and we're still nowhere near Ki-Adi-Mundi because we just get fisted on the normal battles.
This is one of these things, and we've kind of had this in our officer admin chat bit, that when we were looking at the Geos, we've got like 26, 27 players with a Gear 12 or better Geo team, and we were like, why haven't we got more? We've been playing this territory battle for ages, we've been asking people for ages, and it was literally because they're all doing Galactic Legends. That is literally what is holding us up, is everybody has decided they want to do a Galactic Legend. And I don't blame them.
Which is fair.
I don't blame them, because you think the average GP in our guild is actually quite good, like 3 million something. I think the average.
And for some reason, we still have our minimum set to 2 million.
Yeah, well, our minimum probably needs to go up. We also probably want to say you need to have Geos, or you need to be above the minimum, and we'll get Geos. And we've got a few guys in the guild that we were looking at earlier where we're like, these guys aren't really doing anything. What are they doing? This guy's only lagging on once a week. We should probably get rid of him.
We aren't actually getting anyone to replace them with.
Yeah, well, you have to make space to fill it back up again.
But don't let that distract you from the fact that Ki-Adi-Mundi is the biggest fraud in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes.
Okay, he's a big fraud.
And is also the worst character.
And the biggest fraud in Star Wars.
I mean,
the worst character in Star Wars.
I mean, he's selling the crap
down.
council to you, so... But I still feel that, like, we should have this character. We should definitely work towards getting this character.
But why? Like, legit, why?
Well, because...
The best use of him is Grandmaster Yoda lead, right? Which nobody's Zetas anyway, unless you're a noob, because Bastard's lead was always 10 times better. And then, but then you take Grandmaster Yoda out of a Jedi Knight Revan team, which massively weakens it, like, right from the get-go. So,
Jedi Knight Revan is just nothing without Grandmaster Yoda.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird though, because you guys will obviously, like, you talk about these teams within certain things, but then the more Jedi you get, the more you start trying to, like, do different teams. So for this territory battle, I've got tons of Jedi, and I'm building like 3 teams because Padme's taking 3 of the best Jedi. Then you've got like Jedi Knight Luke, who's like, oh, I'll take Hoda and Old Ben, and then I want like Gas and any other randomer. And then you're still going, well, I've got Revan and I've got Jedi Master Luke as well. It's like, you can't, you know what I mean? You've still got loads of great choices, even if you move some of those characters around.
But then you're going to end up relicking stuff like Qui-Gon Jinn and Aayla Secura and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, otherwise they're just going to get deleted. It doesn't really matter how good Ki-Adi-Mundi is, even though he's not really, LOL. Like, they're still going to get murdered. So it's...
Okay, right. Let me put it this way, right? Even if you don't value KAM as a character, and maybe he isn't that great, he's like a prestigious badge within this game, in that he's obviously one of the hardest characters to get, because you need to have a guild full of players with really good, light side teams. The team that is required to get him is massively valuable for the guild regardless, because it plays every phase of that territory battle. And being able to say, hey, we get this many shards of this hard to get character attracts good players.
But Ki-Adi-Mundi is so end game. It's like you literally have nothing else to do apart from relic up terrible Jedi to go with him. Like, he's the Aston Martin Signet of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. And if you don't know what Aston Martin Signet is, it's a Toyota Aygo with an Aston Martin badge on it. That's legit what it is, and it's 25 grand more. So look it up. Go on Google and type in Aston Martin Signet, and it's a Toyota Aygo with an Aston Martin.
Well, there you go, listeners.
That's literally what it
pause the podcast right now and go and look that up, and then come back.
It's not like Ki-Adi-Mundi is nothing but a flex. That's all it is. You can't say it's anything that because that is literally what it is.
I mean, I don't know. I've not seen a lot of. I've not actually seen a lot of videos of people using him, because I don't actually feel there's that many players that have got him.
I've seen Arnold taking Magundai under Grandmaster Yoda lead with him, Aayla Secura, and I want to say Qui-Gon.
Right.
And they were all Relic 7 or Relic 5. Maybe I'm exaggerating. They might have been Relic 5. There was nothing lower than Relic 5. And I think they got to the 3rd stage of like one of the opening battles.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I don't get it. Like, don't get me wrong. If you've got nothing else to do and you're pure end game, like you've got relic everything, and yeah, it's like, well, you literally got nothing else to do with your gear, and you got literally nothing else to do with your farm.
But the thing is, though, is like if you do decide you want that character, having those shards sitting there that you can literally use to create that character is great. If you don't want it, you don't want it. It just sits there.
Yeah, but it goes back to my original point. Something so end game should have a definitive use in the game. It should be part of the meta.
But then when you look at light side,
it really should.
But if you look at light side Geonosis anyway, Phase 4 is basically unplayable because it's just the way they've designed the event.
That's not the point he's making.
No, but what I mean is that it's like that event is so end game anyway. But yeah, I know what you mean.
It is end game, but you can still play it. So it's like it's dangling a carrot that you just don't want to eat.
Yeah, well, that's the same with KAM, isn't it?
Rotten carrots.
He's super end game, but you can play him.
I just think it's lazy. I genuinely think it's lazy for them to go, well, we built this kit where like he changes stance 3 million times.
Is that because he's
and doesn't really do anything?
Do you think that's because you're like comparing him to what? And what's so like?
I'm not comparing him to anybody. Like, what doesn't even come into the conversation? Like, what's just a good character? They built Watt for a specific reason, and he works. Whereas they've gone with KAM, it's like, okay, we don't have Ki-Adi-Mundi in the game. We don't have anything for them to chase on light side. So let's have him do a couple of dance moves and change stances.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of like if you've got a character that's not super great, why make him that hard to get? You could just made him available and put something harder in there.
Or just you could have just done the Jedi Council tag, build his whole kit around that.
You know what they should have done? They should have done rework tokens for Mace Windu. Get 10 rework tokens and you can rework your Mace Windu.
The Jedi Council thing works because it's like the only one.
Moving on.
No comment.
Yeah, it's like Mace Windu rework is a sore subject.
I know, that's why I said it.
I'm one bit up. That's why I just wanted to completely gloss over because I'm so close to taking him to Gear 13, and I really want to.
Well, if you get KAM, he can go with Windu, and you'll be all in it.
Then you'll have a 2-man squad
But
that can do fuck all too.
Won't you just get deleted by everyone? People are not going to go up against KAM and Mace Windu and go, "Oh my god, look at this guy."
Yeah, but they might if you put someone else in there.
I do.
I wouldn't think it's a good person. I think they're insane. But I'll still be going, "Oh my god, look at this guy."
I mean, yeah, it's like if you really like Mace Windu and you want to try and like get the most out of his Galactic Republic Jedi-ness, then yeah, you could add someone like KAM. You could try and do whatever you want. I mean, not every team has to be the best team in the world, but as long as you enjoy playing it, then that's all that matters.
But it's progression. Like I said, for like the
Like,
day,
you don't
the day
feel
one
that you're
download,
getting anywhere.
KAM is the character you can't get. Like, you can't get KAM. Like, it's just impossible. You can't even wail on him. Like, if you were to download it on day one and you just wail a ridiculous amount of money, you can almost get to a Galactic Legend kind of stage.
Yeah, but you can't wail
but with
on
KAM, it's like
you can't wail on any of the territory battle characters. You need to either save up the currency or do the missions to get the shards.
But that's exactly my point. It's like if a guy from day one joins, he's like, "Oh wow, look at KAM! Like I've looked up online that I can only get him by doing light side Geonosis territory battles, and I have to get into a really good guild to do that without getting deleted." Like you spend years doing it, and you get this absolute joke of a character. Like he does a couple of poses and pokes you a little bit. Like,
is he that bad?
Yes.
Awful.
That is what this whole conversation has been about.
He can't really be that bad.
We weren't comparing him to what, but
I
now we
genuinely
shall.
think my Relic 4 Darth Maul would take him out.
Don't diss Darth Maul.
Darth Maul does have a lot of bonuses
Jedi
against Jedi. He does doesn't he do like double damage against Jedi?
That's exactly my point. You just imagine somebody going in there with a Darth Maul who they got out of a Bronzium pack, and then just absolutely smashing the guy you spent 4 years trying to unlock.
I feel like you're turning this game into like Star Wars top trumps.
That's what it is. Really?
That's literally what it is.
Okay, well,
we've got off a massive tangent here. This whole podcast has been dominated to like ending KAM. Like, it really annoys me. Like it does, and it annoys me that the community is not more annoyed by it.
You've got such a good character like What, and then you've got characters that are available via Cantina nodes that are amazing, and then you've got KAM that you've got to spend years grinding to get.
Oh no, I agree, but then
but
then I could quite easily look at the other territory battles and feel the same way. In that you go, oh, here's IPD, who's actually a pretty good Empire character, and then on the light side you go, here's Rolo, she's a complete waste of space.
But do you know what Hoth isn't? Hoth isn't endgame.
Yeah, but it was at one point.
Any guild
when it came out,
and
you got it. You know what I mean?
Even then, it wasn't the end game thing. That was Heroic Sith Raid, I'm pretty sure.
Uni's alternative guild, like the Sunshine Bus Guild or whatever he's got with his 600,000 GP or whatever. I guarantee they're doing Hoth.
Well, yeah, we do Hoth. That's just the basic. We get
exactly
26 stars.
Exactly.
And that's with a 50 million guild.
Yeah, but the point is, though, when they released those characters, that was the top content for the game. So, and that's the same as it is now. It's like, but Rolo's not a good character. KAM's probably a better character than she is.
Rolo didn't require the same level of gear.
No. To be fair, she doesn't. But you do have.
You need Hoth Soldier or something.
Yeah,
don't
you just need Hoth
5
Soldier.
stars.
It was originally you needed to have Hoth Han Solo, the whatever he's called, Captain Han. You needed to have him, but they removed it because of a bug, and they never put it back in.
I used to be able to get her shards, and then or it was something to do with her, and then I was never able to do it again, and I don't know what happened.
Hello?
I used to be able to play a mission with her, and then all of a sudden I just unable to.
There's a mission right at the end where you have to have the 7-star Rolo, and then you can take any rebels or something, or any light side.
But I remember playing that before I got Rolo.
Yeah, I think you needed. You used to need Han on that as well. You used to need Captain Han for a few specific missions, but as I say, because of some bug, they just removed him because it was the easiest way to solve the bug, and they never went back to it. And
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I think it was on 2 or 3 blings, but that's what they did. There we go. Anything else to talk about?
Think so.
I'm not done with KAM. I'm joking. I am done.
We could talk about how rubbish he is in lore.
I mean, he basically gets shot in the back by 6 guys, doesn't he?
Facial expression when he turns around is just it's hilarious. It's you can almost hear the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme music start playing as soon as he turns around. It's genius. It's just one of the best moments of that film. It makes me laugh every time. And I know this is a little bit crude, right? But that bit where they shoot Aayla Secura, they needed a line there where a clone turns to another clone and says, "I've always wanted to hit that from behind."
All right.
Okay.
I feel that you're sort of very much embracing the Sith Eternal here. Just kill all the Jedi.
They deserve to die.
All right. Well, I think we'll leave the cast there because we're just massively off topic here. But yeah,
what was the topic?
What was the topic?
I can't remember. We've gone that far.
This started off with Galactic Legends, didn't it?
We were talking about something. Andy's just turned this into Bash KAM.
Any chance he gets.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to entertain people.
Never apologise for hating KAM.